Sky Squad, we are back in the building. And of course, we got to talk some reality TV news. Karen and Robin are engaged in the heat of battle. And of course, things have now spilled over into interviews and social media. So we got to talk about it. Okay. So, one of the things that I did when I woke up this morning, after, I did my morning routine, I said, let me check the interwebs and see what's going on. And so we saw a tweet that was posted by our friends over at TV Deets on Instagram. And in it, Karen Huger says this: deflection is an admittance of guilt. You don't have to interview just because they ask you, especially when everyone knows you sound delusional given the current temperature in your own world. Just shh. Hashtag Real Housewives of Potomac. Hashtag Robin. So it's no secret that she's talking about Robin, okay? No secret at all. And it's very interesting that she says, given the current temperature in your own world, like what is that to mean? Is this meaning, is this referring to accusations that are out there about Juan, and or is this about the case that everybody is talking about where Juan is named in? What is Karen speaking about? Okay. But moreover, what is she responding to? Because I was like, this seems out of the blue. And she says, you don't have to interview just because they ask you. So I said, well, did Robin do some interviews? Of course she did. So I headed over to the Googler and I was alerted to the fact that Robin had done an interview with Page Six. They have a podcast called Virtual Reality. So Robin took to the podcast on the January 22nd episode, but this was printed on yesterday. And she said, when I watched the episode, I was like, you know what? This is actually borderline dangerous because I felt like she, meaning Karen, was actually implying something that didn't happen and we shouldn't put that out there. So my first question is she implying that the hug that Karen was speaking about did not happen? Or is she implying that what Karen said about Juan allegedly wanting a three-way with her and Robin, that did not happen? Or is she speaking about this torrid love affair that Juan is allegedly having with the woman from Montgomery County while running amok in the streets of Georgetown, allegedly? Okay. Now, um, if you guys may recall, Karen did accuse Juan of making her feel uncomfortable during the 2019 season 4 Potomac reunion. She said at the time at the table, she said, Juan proceeds to take me in his arms, squeeze me so tight that my tatas went back to my vertebrae. Okay. That's what she said. Now, Robin responds to that and says this: Karen sounded like she's been sheltered all her life and has never had a friendly interaction with a man. I just brushed that off at the time. But she also says that, Karen has no business attacking Juan's integrity. She says it's not right that you can just go and throw out an accusation like that and not be careful with what you're saying. You're going to tell me you're going to wait over years to bring it up as it was such a big deal? No, if it was such a big deal, tell me then, and I'll tell him. Listen, the woman is fragile. She cannot handle your firm hugs. But the thing about it is, didn't Giselle do the same thing or something similar with um Chris Bassett? She is, I mean, there was no energy towards Giselle, who also waited a period of time before saying anything. So, I mean, Robin had nothing to say about that. And it honestly didn't even seem like Karen wanted to say, that it was Juan, because the first time she had an opportunity to tell Giselle, she didn't say who it was. She just alluded to it. So I didn't even get the impression that she wanted to put this out there. But it seemed like because Robin and her were continuously going at it, that she finally had it up to here with that discourse. But I don't know. You guys let me know. Because I'm not ashamed to say that maybe my way of looking at it isn't correct. You know what I'm saying? So let me know. Robin then goes on to say um, that, of course, denying all of the accusations that Karen has put out there. She says, at this point, I just think that she might be a little obsessed with Juan or something. I don't know. It's really weird to me, especially coming from someone of her maturity. She says, for it to come from her, where it's just like she's so pressed about what we're doing, this is very strange. I guess referring to Karen's continued questions about the marriage. It seems to me, to be quite honest with you, that Robin and Karen do not like each other, and they both think that the other is full of shit. That's what it comes across like. So I'm assuming that, similar to how Robin feels like Karen is full of the BS, and she feels like she's always felt like that, I feel like Karen probably feels a similar way. And that is why she continues asking about the wedding, because she does not believe that it would actually really happen or that it would be real in the first place. However, as we do know, Robin and Juan did tie the knot, and it will air on the reunion, but not the reunion, but the season finale. So we'll have to see how, where, and why this whole situation, the wedding occurred, how it went down, and hopefully there's some footage to silence all the naysayers. Okay. Period. Point blank. It'll be interesting to see where Robin's story moves from here now that the couple has tied the knot. Meanwhile, guess who's busy? Your girl, Claudia Jordan, is back. Okay. I'm super excited about this. It seems like we're near the ending of filming for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right. And our friends over at the Peach Report posted a couple of shots from Kenya's event. And the Peach Report says the lady supporting Kenya at the launch of her new hair spa for season 15. So, of course, you guys can see Sheree there with that blonde bang. Okay. And we see Latoya Forever looking amazing. And we also see Cynthia Bailey is in the building along with Latoya. And we have our girl Claudia.
Oh. Guess who I am? He's in here. He's in here. He's in here. I'm in Atlanta for something. Yeah. That's perfect. Thank you. Oh. Guess who I am?
So we knew from Cynthia's own mouth that she was back in the mix, but it's also good that we can see some more familiar faces in the form of Claudia Jordan. I personally always felt like Claudia's time on the show was too short. One season was really just not enough because I felt like she had so much more to give. I personally would be an advocate for bringing her back on the show, especially now that she has a relationship that she's in, and we've seen her on several other reality TV shows. Bravo may want to stay away from that because that story has been explored on a couple of other shows. So I don't know how the network typically deals with that type of situation, but they do seem a bit more open nowadays to, allowing people onto the franchise that have been on other shows. So why not? I say, why not? If it's going to make for a better Atlanta, then I say, let's do it. Let me know if you guys are excited for the new season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I can tell you that I am. I'm excited for this escape show. I need a trailer for that, like right quick and in a hurry. Bravo, give it to me and give it to me good and give it to me now. Because as we know, Potomac is coming to an end, and we're going to need something else on our Sunday nights to keep us motivated and enthusiastic throughout the spring. And I have a feeling the Escape / SWV show is going to be just the thing that takes us into the spring summer for Atlanta, which will likely be back in May. So let us know your thoughts about this situation. If you're excited to see Claudia Jordan back, what do you think about the Robin and Karen and Juan scenario? This thing is just spiraling out of control. I can't wait to see where things end up. And do you guys think that Juan will be at the reunion to answer any questions that Andy may have? That will be interesting. So, guys, with that being said, we will catch you in the next.